Hi Cancers, it's Nick and Nala. I think you can kind of see her little ears or her little face. I hope you guys are doing good. It's for all my Cancerians, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, men and women. We're now covering your weekly reading for November 7th till the 13th. I can't believe we're already in November. It's crazy, but here we are almost at the end of the year. Counting down the weeks. All right, so November 7th to the 13th. This week, what do we have going on in the sky astrologically for us? Well, we do have a full moon, lunar eclipse in Taurus at 16 degrees. This full moon definitely is going to feel like a supercharged, energized full moon. A cycle in our lives is closing out, but a new chapter is beginning. So a chapter is closing out, but a new chapter is beginning. One door may be closing, but another door is opening up. And we're gonna feel this in a certain area of our lives, or it could be internally, externally. If you wanna know specifically, you can check where you have Taurus in your natal chart, what house it falls in. And most likely that's gonna be the house where you kind of see it play out. Some people may not feel it. Some people may feel it more than others. It kind of just depends, and it can play out, positive or negative. Fixed signs will probably feel this full moon the most. Of course, Taurus, Scorpios, Aquarius, Leo. Am I missing another one? I think those are all the ones. Taurus, yeah. But I actually feel like for you guys, it won't be as negative. I think it will be a more positive one for the most part. But it's like something is changing in our lives, or we're closing something out, leaving something behind. You may feel really changed, or you may feel very different, or you may have a different outlook, or something that you were really fixed on now is completely changing and you're focusing on something else. Some kind of cycle, some kind of chapter in our lives is closing out, but we're beginning something new. So a complete kind of rebirth process. Okay? All right. So we're going to be covering a little bit of health, work, and love. I'll have the link to the extended reading below in the description box if you're interested afterwards. I'm laughing because I see a little squirrel. Well, it's not little, it's a big boy. He looks like he's well fed. He's just chilling on the grass by the pond. It's cute. It's kind of rainy outside, so he's probably need to get all the nuts and seeds before the storm. Anyways, I'm sorry. I get so distracted recently, and this week has kind of been a little bit of a struggle for me. I was kind of not feeling good, so that's why these videos are kind of coming out a little bit late. Usually I post them Thursdays, Fridays, if you know my schedule routine, but and I almost was gonna let myself take a break and not post any weeklies this week, but in the past years since I started YouTube, I have never missed, I don't think. I've been very consistent, and I want to keep up that streak. And I decided to just suck it up, film over the weekend, and get it done. Anyways, enough about me, because it's not about me, this is about you. All right, so yes, we're going to be covering a little bit more in the extended, so that will be below if you're interested afterwards. And if you want to follow me on my Instagram or TikTok, or my second channel, everything's linked below if you're interested. Of course, my poetry book is officially out, available on Amazon. Everything always linked below if you're interested. And as always, I appreciate your love and support. And let's continue on. Okay, so Cancers, we're gonna start with health, work, finances, then relationships, just relationships in general, or love, romantic, stuff like that. All right, so Cancers, when it comes to your health for this week, I actually feel like you're receiving some love and support, maybe through a friend or a coworker, a relative, and it could be a younger person, or maybe a younger water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or just another person. Doesn't have to be a water sign, who really cares about you. Maybe this is a friend who's giving you a shoulder to lean on, or helping you with something, or you guys are going out, hanging out, or talking, or making some food at home. But I feel like you're getting some support, or you have someone to lean on, someone to talk to that's gonna make you feel good. I also see some of you could be really focusing on relaxing this week, or you're really trying to focus more on you, take care of you, seeking more comfort, and just really loving yourself a lot more. You're being more gentle. You're kind of slowing everything else down in your life. Remember, we do have Mars in Gemini retrograding right now, so everyone may kind of be going internal right now, not really going rah-rah with their passions and motivations. So you may actually take this time to take more care of you, of your body, of your emotions, and how you're feeling, okay? And then when it comes to your work, school, career, and finances, in this area of life, I feel like you may be stressing out a little bit, or maybe you're being hard on yourself because you feel like you're not performing as your usual self, or you don't feel as motivated, or you feel kind of scattered brain, maybe not as focused as usually you would be, and you're like, oh my gosh, what's wrong with me? Why am I not, like on top of everything? I feel like I'm slacking off. And you start to feel bad or guilty maybe because you feel like you're letting yourself down, or you're letting other people down, and you're like, I don't want this to affect my future goals and the things that I have planned. Or there could be a project or something that you're working on or doing that is just stressing you out. You're thinking about it too much, or you're overanalyzing, thinking that, oh, I didn't do that right, or oh, I should have said this, I should have said that. Man, they're gonna think I'm dumb, or oh, I wish I would have did this better. So I feel like you may be criticizing yourself too much, or just being too hard on yourself when maybe it's not necessary and you did the best that you could, and you're doing the best that you can. And I think it's always important to remember that we're not machines, we're not robots. We can't always perform like zoom, 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 24/7. That was kind of silly, but you know what I mean? We can't just like be like 110% like all the time. It's not realistic, and we have to kind of show ourselves grace and be kind to ourselves at times when we may struggle a little bit, or you're just extra tired, or you're just like, oh my god, I don't know, I can't focus today. Or maybe on top of that, you're also stressed about your finances and paying off debt, or saving for something big or a purchase, and you're like, man, I'm already feeling like this, and on top of it, I have this to pay off, or I have this, and I'm stressing, how am I gonna, do this? Or you maybe, it's just like everything's happening at once, and so you're just kind of putting a lot of pressure on yourself. But I feel like the more you can show yourself grace, some kindness, and allow yourself to just go through this period, the better off you will be in the end. But it's not easy. It's not something you could just like, oh, I'm fine. But I do see that like mentally you could just be thinking too much about things, or, being too hard on yourself in general, okay? And it's just gonna be really important that you kind of clear your mind, or you just take this time to evaluate what you're working on, your purpose, your goals, and what you can do to maybe cut back, but still get things done, and not sacrifice too much, but also not sacrifice your health as well, okay? All right, and then when it comes to your love or a relationship in general in your life, on your side, we have the 8 of Cups, Ace of Cups, and the Magician. And then on this other side, for this other person, this can be the past, present, or future situation, or all three, all the above, we got the Devil, 7 of Wands, and King of Wands, okay? So who could you be dealing with, or who is this person's energy? This person could definitely be a Capricorn, and maybe or a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. I am feeling like maybe this person could be your boss, could be someone who you work with, or you're a father figure, a relative, a friend, maybe a spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, or something. But this person's energy seems to be like very controlling, possessive, maybe jealous, or always wanting you to do for them. And you may just be like sick of it. You're like, I'm done doing this. Like, I'm done trying to be what you want me to be, being your perfect little soldier, your perfect little spouse, or your perfect, prodigy of what you want me to be, when you don't even care about me. You don't care about how I feel, or if I'm happy, if I'm doing well. You just want me to be this perfect little thing, trophy of yours, and you don't even care about my well-being. And I think you've already known this for some time, but for sure, possibly this week, you're just like, I'm done. Like, I can't do this anymore. I may love you, I may care for you, but I just don't feel like you care about me. I just don't feel like you actually care about my existence. You just care about what I can do for you, or like how I look, or how I make you feel, or things that I do for you, or how I stroke your ego and make you feel good about yourself, and go on and on and on. The list could go on and on. And I'm gonna make this very general because I feel like this doesn't have to be just a relationship, like a love relationship. It could be like a boss, like I said, or sibling, relative, anyone in your life who you just feel like is controlling you too much, or is trying to make you do what they want you to do. And not really looking out for your best interest or not really concerned about your well-being. Okay, this person I feel like is someone who is very kind of aggressive, maybe confrontational, and that has maybe caused you to like sometimes not want to argue, or you're like, no, whatever, you just kind of do what they say. But now you're kind of like, enough is enough. And I feel like this week you're choosing to walk away, or you're choosing to choose yourself, and because you know that what's meant for you is for you and no one can take away from you. And I feel like this is the week where you're kind of like knowing that you deserve better. You're like, I deserve better than this. I really deserve better than this. And you're not saying it in like an ego way, like, oh, I want gold floors and someone to serve me and do all these crazy things for me. You're like, no, I just deserve love. I deserve respect. I deserve being cared for and someone actually liking me and treating me well. I'm not asking for fancy luxuries and all this crazy stuff. I'm just asking for like love, respect, and all the basic principles that sometimes these days maybe feels really hard to receive. And you're like, I just can't do this anymore and I deserve better than this. And so you're walking away, you're leaving a relationship, leaving a bond, leaving this toxic maybe connection that you had that was bringing you down a lot, that was not enhancing your life or making you better, but was bringing you down. And now you're choosing to put more love into you. You're choosing to step into a space where I know that something greater is for me. I know that someone's gonna love me. I know I'm gonna meet someone who's gonna really respect me and be there for me. I may not know them right now, but I know they're out there, okay? And I feel like after this point, you're gonna feel so empowered and like, wow, I can't believe I did that. Why didn't I do that a long time ago? And you're gonna feel like this surge of juice and energy and like, wow, like I really needed this. I really needed this experience to show me that I, can do more and I can really love myself. And I feel like after this point, towards the end of the week, you're going to start to manifest a lot. You're going to start to feel stronger. You're going to start to like be inspired, be creative. You're like, oh, you know what? I'm going to start doing this, or I'm going to put myself out here, over here. Or I'm going to start talking to these people. You're going to feel freedom. That's what I feel like. You're freeing yourself from shackles. You're freeing yourself from someone's controlling nature or wanting to bring you down or make you into their little doll or whatever they envisioned for you. And this is not going to make them happy. It's definitely not going to make them happy. They're going to be super frustrated with you because maybe for the first time you're like standing up to them and you're like, no, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to just put my needs aside and just do whatever you want me to do and listen to you. No, you're putting your feet down, and they're going to be frustrated. They're not going to be really happy about this. But by the end of this, they are going to respect you. And that is going to change everything. And you're going to start to see how little things that you do and act can really change the dynamic of a connection or how someone treats you. And it's really the easiest way to tell someone's intentions or how they feel about you is if they can take advantage of you, or you put them in a position to do what they can do, you see what they're willing to do. Like, if you test someone to see if they'll lie just because they're able to lie, or if they see that you're weak and vulnerable, if they take advantage of you, then you know who that person really is, like what kind of heart that they have. And it just feels like maybe this person wasn't a bad person. I'm not saying they're a bad person, but they took advantage of your kindness, took advantage of your, selflessness, care, love, and just wanted more and didn't pour into you. So you're done with it. You're closing out this cycle, whether this was a friendship, work buddy, anything. Okay, so we're going to continue on and extend it to get more information, to see where their energy's at, what are they thinking, what are they feeling when it comes to you, what they don't want you to know that maybe you should know, and what their next action move will be towards you, and then also your advice, okay? So we'll continue on and extended, link will be below. Hopefully I see you there. If not, I'll see you for our next reading. Take care. Bye.